Hi everyone, we are back again with the second video in the Learn to Crochet series. And in the first video, we would have done the slip knot and a series of chains. And I would have asked you to go ahead and make 15 chains, do your practice. And when you were comfortable, just come back with your 15 chains to do your single crochet. And this is what I went ahead and worked up. Hope you can see that clearly. This is just about 8 rows of single crochet, and you can see what a lovely piece of fabric just single crochet is made. And I will tell you this, there are projects that you can make, blankets and afghans and stuff like that, that you can make strictly out of single crochet. You can see how beautiful this looks. It looks like you have rows of it. It's a beautiful fabric. I hope it doesn't get distorted. This is the back of it, and this is the front, and we're going to start now with showing you exactly how to get this made. Stay tuned. Hey guys, we are back and we're ready to do our single crochet stitch. In the first video, you would have been taught how to do the slip knot and how to do your beginning chain, or your foundation chain as we call it. Now we're going to go ahead and show you, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the single crochet. So you have your 15 chains here, and I would have shown you in the first video how the chains are constructed, where you have a strand at the bottom, a strand at the top, and then if you look at the back, there is another one that holds the stitch together. That's the best way I can describe it to you. So each chain is made up of 3 of these strands. And for the single crochet, especially when you're working a rectangle or a square, if you're doing a blanket, an afghan, whatever, you're always going to skip the first chain, the very first chain on each row. So when I say the first chain, I don't mean the chain that is formed, or the loop that is formed that is sitting on your hook. I don't mean the one next to it. Actually, I do mean the one next to it. That's the one that you're going to skip, and you're going to put it into the second chain from the hook. So I hope you can see that very clearly. There's one chain here, another one here. We're going to skip this one, and that helps facilitate the turning of your work smoothly. And we're going to put it into the second one. So you insert your hook, skip the first chain, and insert your hook into the top strand of that chain. So when you insert the hook, it's going to appear as if you have 2 loops on your crochet hook. I'll do that again. Skip the first chain on your work, skip the first chain, insert the hook into the top loop of the second chain, which would be the second chain from the end, or second chain from the hook, and insert it into the top part of that loop of that chain. It's going to appear as if you have 2 loops on the chain. Then we're going to do our yarn over, which you would have been taught in the first video. And again, to me, that is just like getting your yarn out of the way, bringing the hook around, letting the hook capture the thread, and pull it through. Now when you pull it through, you're left again with 2 strands on the hook, and you're going to yarn over again one more time. So get your yarn, push it out of the way, bring the hook around, capture it, and then you're going to pull this through both loops at the same time. Okay, don't worry, you're going to get it. We're going to try it again. So into the very next chain that is next to the one that you just worked, you insert your hook into the top loop of that chain, and you're going to do a yarn over. So yarn over, collect your yarn, let it hook, or let it rest within the hook, and pull it through. You drop a loop, so you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, and pull through both. Let's go again into the next one. Insert your hook, do your yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again, pull through both. By now it is probably getting a little bit more easier, but as I said, practice makes perfect. If you have to remove the hook and pull out some of the thread and start again, go ahead. That's the only way you're going to learn, and we all learn by making mistakes. And I want to show you something as we are doing this stitch. If you look at the top, you're going to see it's forming what looks like chains at the top. Now that is very important, just keep that in mind. I'm going to show you what's going to happen when we get to what will be our second row of single crochets. So let's continue. Insert your hook into the top loop of the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again, pull through both at the same time. Insert your hook into the top loop of the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over, and pull the yarn through both of them. Continue that way until you get to the end, and then I will teach you how to turn your work. So we're going to continue here. I'm going to continue here. And because this is a foundation chain, take your time with it, because it's going to have a tendency to move all over the place. It isn't quite stable yet because you haven't started the actual fabric part of it, as I like to refer to it. And just take your time with it and make sure that you are getting that top loop as you go along. And this is where you will be watching your tension. You don't want it too tight to the point where when you're inserting your crochet hook, you are actually forcing it. You actually have to do some wiggling and stuff like that. You don't want it like that. You want it to the point where you can just slip that in with minimal assistance and do your yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over again, and pull through. So I'm getting to the end. And look at the chains at the top. You can see how pretty that is. And here I'm going to chain 1 to turn my work. And the turning makes it a lot easier. Now I want you to look at this, the position of your free end of the yarn, and this one is your working yarn. This is the one that will come from your ball of yarn. This is the one that we would have started with to start our chains. Now you would notice in this demonstration it's on the left. Now when you turn your work, you're going to turn it so that this tail end, this free end, is on the right. Okay, so you would have completed your single crochets. You come to the end of your row, made your 1 chain, and then you just flip your work. So you just turn it. This is on the left, you want it on the right. Just hold this end of the work and just turn it over like this. And now you can see that the tail end is now to the right. So before, when we were working on it, it was to the left. When we flip the work, we need this over on the right. So you just flip it over and you go from there. And you do the same practice again with the single crochet. However, this time around, I would want you to, when you insert your hook into this second row, you need to insert your hook under both of those loops. So now it's going to appear as if you have 3 loops on your hook. 1, 2, the 2 from the chain, that's at the top of here, and the one that is from your working yarn, that is the residual from your chain 1. So now it appears as if you have 3 on the hook, and you are going to do your yarn over, pull up a loop, and now you have 2 loops on. Yarn over again and pull through both. So you're now going to insert your hook under both loops of, let's make sure that you can see that. You're going to insert your hook under both loops of the chain. Remember, before I told you it seems as if you have one on the right, one on the left. When you insert your hook, you need to make sure that your hook goes under both of them. So it's going to look as if you have 2 loops, for lack of a better term. That's what it's going to look like. So as long as you get the principle, you wouldn't be thinking about it too much. Just insert it under there, do your yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through all, insert your hook under both of those, do your yarn over, pull up a loop. It looks as if you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again and pull through both, and then you just continue like this until you get to the end. So I will continue like this, get to the end, and then I would do one more turn, and then you can be off to practice. Now the first project that we are going to make, I'm very excited to show you what it is, because we're going to be doing a baby blanket. It is one of the simplest patterns ever, but it is going to look so classy. It's going to look as if you really invested a lot of work into it. And you just need to get past the foundation stitches, which would be the slip knot, the chain, the foundation chains, the half double crochet. I think I may have had a double crochet in that pattern, and the slip stitch, which I'm going to teach you at the end of this, of working up these rows of single crochet. So I have an exciting project for you if you'll only stick with me, and you'll see how exciting it is. So we've come to the end of this row. You're gonna chain 1, flip your work, and you always know how you flip your work, because now my tail end is on the right, I need it over on the left. So just take it and you flip it over. That's all you do. And that's after you do your chain 1, and you just go again, insert, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through, insert under both of those loops of the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull through both, insert under both, do your yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 on the hook, yarn over and pull through both, and continue that way until you get to whatever size you are comfortable with, whatever size in terms of height you're comfortable with. All you have to remember is that every time you get to the end of your single crochets in the row, you need to chain 1 before you turn, and just wherever the end of your yarn is, you just make sure it's on the other side when you turn again. That's all you do, and you work back and forth until you get to a size that you're comfortable with, and then you come back again and I will show you how to do the slip stitch and how to weave your ends in I think I'm going to make that separate, and I'm going to make that a separate lesson. So just work your swatch up to whatever is comfortable with you, and then I'm going to do another video so that it will be easier to find when you're looking for it, so that you wouldn't have to search through a video and find out where it is. So I'm going to do just a video for the slip stitch and weaving your ends in, and just subscribe so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video, so that you wouldn't miss anything in this series, and hit the notification bell. That will tell you when the new video is posted. Thank you for sticking with me so far. I look forward to seeing your swatches. Just send me a picture. If you have any problems at all, send me a message. I promise I'll respond to you. And I will try to work with you as much as possible to get you to where you need to be to get your projects done for Christmas. Christmas is around the corner, guys, so we need to get some projects going so that you can do some gifts and stuff like that. So thank you for sticking with me. Subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified when the next video is in. I don't want you to miss the first project that we're going to do, which is a baby blanket, and it's multicolored as well. And I'll be with you in the next video. Thank you and God bless. See you.